Casey, there you are. You got your haircut.
It's so cute.
I freaking knew you were going to do something. I thought it was going to be a sonogram, honestly, so it's a little underwhelming, but the hair still looks good.
Yeah, she thought maybe you were pregnant.
I got 12 inches off.
Wow.
Wait, it looks so good. Well, you know what's funny is I saw a photo.
She texted me immediately and she saw a picture of me, texted me immediately and was like, whoa. Did you get your haircut? And I said, no, it's probably the angle.
And you literally said no, and I was like, but there's a strand. I kind of let it slide because I was like, maybe I'm
Okay, do you guys
stupid.
see it? I just sent you the picture.
No.
I'm not saying you're stupid,
Yep.
but
Honestly, when you texted me and asked me about it, I was like, oh, I can totally get away with
today's not
fooling
my
her
day.
and telling her, no, I didn't get my haircut.
Well, okay. Well, now looking back at the photo, it's definitely short. I mean, it's a full frontal. And I said, did I miss your short hair? What? And then she said, haha, it definitely looks like that. Sorry to mislead you. And I said,
Casey, you know where liars go. They go to Oregon, which is right where you are.
Straight to the top, baby. Hey, it's Casey.
I'm Meredith.
And this is Kiera.
And we're 3 best friends in a long-distance relationship.
We've learned some valuable lessons along the way over the last 10 years of being friends.
Now let's get to it, because
Hello.
Kiera, shut up.
I thought it wasn't bad.
Good.
I thought it was
good too. Okay, well, I'm Casey, and I'm here with Meredith and
I'm
Kiera.
Meredith. I'm here with Casey and Kiera.
I'm deceased.
This sucks.
And I'm drinking wine. And I'm caking. And
We're going to do it again.
we're starting
Kiera,
over.
don't
I think
talk
we're gonna
until
start
it's your
over.
turn.
It wasn't that good.
What?
I thought that was cute, though.
No, I just...
No, you had to
well,
be
you have to be
silent,
dead
but I went,
silent.
hello, and then you laughed at me, and then I got insecure because you laughed.
Why? Because it was cute.
I didn't know that though. I didn't know you were laughing. I was like, oh, that's cute. So I'm laughing because it's cute. I thought it was like it was stupid. So I'm laughing.
Take 2.
No.
Okay.
Okay, start over then. I'll be silent.
Hi.
I'll be silent then.
Okay. Hi. My name is Casey, and I'm with Kiera and Meredith.
And I'm Meredith, and I'm here with Kiera and Casey.
And I'm Kiera, and I'm here
Oh
with
gosh.
Casey and
All right.
Meredith.
You know what? It's been forever.
And here we are.
Let's get to it.
Episode 4.
Wow. You guys, episode 4. You guys, I have something that I've been thinking about literally constantly.
I can't
for
wait.
the last probably month.
Okay.
I want to know your thoughts. And it is literally
All right.
about the Swifties, okay?
Are
It
you
is
talking
the
about my
Swifties.
people?
I know you're passionate, Mara, because she does have plans to go to it. But we're talking about your people today, just briefly, because I kid you not, I've been listening to her albums on repeat just since the peak of her Eras tour. And
Kiera, I think that you have always
might
been a
be
Swiftie, but
becoming
you've
a
been
Swiftie.
honing it in. You've been thinking, no, it's
So-
not for me. You are the epitome of a
Really?
Swiftie. Can I show you
Really?
Can I show you the outfit that I have for my Taylor Swift concert? I'm gonna grab it.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, go grab it. And I want to know, Casey, would you I feel
No,
like you
you're-
wouldn't probably
you're
consider yourself a
correct.
Swiftie. But have
No.
you been following along though
Not at
on
all.
Instagram
No.
and TikTok? Not at all?
I'm going to be honest.
I'm surprised.
I like her songs. I think they're really catchy. You guys heard me
Okay,
earlier. I was
I'm gonna go-
humming a
yeah.
little tune into the mic before we started.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no.
Sorry.
Cut me off.
Sorry,
Cut
it's all
me
about
off.
me. Okay. Okay.
Meredith,
I'm gonna
go
least
running
crazy
right
to
back.
crazy. Oh, sorry. Are you
Okay,
still talking?
show us.
I'm sorry. Okay. I ran off to get my outfit, and I was expecting to come back and just keep talking. Okay, sorry. You finish though, please. I'm on the edge of my seat.
No, what I'm saying is basically I'm not a Swiftie. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think it's great for people, and I'm really happy that everyone's living their era right now. But I mean, honestly, this song that completely has my heart is I don't know.
Oh, okay, but it has your heart.
Well, no, so it's like when I first started playing secular songs
15.
on the piano.
Fearless.
This was one of the first songs that I no.
Teardrops on my guitar.
Our song.
Our song is the same as Green Door. Okay.
Our song is the same as
Yeah.
Green Door. Okay, so that's the first song I actually learned like every single word
I would
to.
never pick that as your Taylor Swift song.
I know.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I
also
learned
wouldn't
that
have.
from a friend who's like all country.
Yeah.
Like all country, exclusively country. And then I would show that friend Michael
Sure.
Jackson songs.
As one does. Okay. Outfit.
Yeah.
The least crazy to crazy. Okay. First, we're starting off.
Oh, we have options. Are you doing
all
you
the
doing
art? No, I'm
changes
just saying
as well?
like articles
yeah.
of clothing.
Okay.
So my shirt is a tube top with a white tube top with a ruffle on the top.
Oh,
That is also a
it's
bodysuit.
Oh,
which
it's a
Phil
bodysuit.
likes. He
It's
feels
like a
like,
bodysuit.
he's like unfastening like a baby onesie, which in a non-pedophilic way.
Well, you can't
Anyway,
say that and then
so
say
that's
that.
my top. Next,
Okay.
from
I'm
least
dead.
crazy to craziest
Okay,
are the shoes.
cute.
Some white platform.
Okay, we
Okay, we
put
got
like a
some
hand
white
up and they're
platforms.
okay.
White platform sandals. They're actually very comfortable. I was nervous.
Well, good because
But
they're gonna
I've
need to
walked
be
in them a
comfortable.
lot, and they're comfy. Last but not
Good.
least, the pants.
The excitement in Meredith's face right now.
Okay.
Pink.
Oh,
Okay, you know what those
glitter
remind me of?
Forever 21.
That's
Fun.
cute.
Which
Okay. Whoa, forever.
I know.
Whoa.
Well, originally they had this exact same pair at Altered State, which is where I got the top and the shoes. But they were $60 at Altered State, and I was like, I can find them on Amazon for $20, so no. And then we went to Forever 21, and I found these for $30, and I thought,
Yeah.
they're literally the
Yeah.
same. I'm getting them. Now here's the thing.
Wow.
I really
Here's
like
the thing.
those.
I
Okay.
am a
really like
four.
those.
I want to be different from every
Yeah,
single
tell
person
us.
on earth. I am unique. I've seen so many freaking pictures of people in white pants or pink pants and a white shirt going to this effing concert. And so I'm nervous that there's going to be hundreds of other Swifties that are dressed in this exact same outfit. So I'm a little nervous about that, but I've already spent $90+ on this and I'm going to wear it. But
That's
I'm also
okay.
going to have little disco ball earrings, but I don't have those yet.
Okay, super fun. Well, and I think you're in the fifth row, correct?
Yeah. Taylor
Yeah,
Swift will
she's in the fifth
literally
row.
see
So-
me.
Row. What the freak?
Everyone's going to be actually looking more forward. I don't even think you're going to waste your time looking behind you and seeing what those other 1,000 nosebleed chumps are even wearing.
Yeah.
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 So I think
anyways,
you're good.
Tell
I
us.
think you're safe.
That's my outfit.
That's a good point. I really am excited for you. I'd like genuinely. I watched one video on
Mhm.
TikTok, and you know what? When you watch one
Yes.
video, it thinks that you love
Correct.
it, and it like shows you 1,000 more. My whole feed now is just people at the Eras tour, and I have never had so much FOMO. That's really what I wanted to say. Is social media is so powerful.
Yeah.
It makes me want FOMO for something.
Honestly,
I didn't think
here
I
it's your
wanted,
scene.
and now I
Like
want to
that.
go.
That's why I showed you the outfit
But I
because that's something
can't.
that you would wear to a concert.
I
I'm very
mean, I
excited.
love a concert.
I want those pants.
I'll send
be
them to you
honest.
very
after.
cute.
I'm
Definitely want those
100%
pants.
going
Very
to sell them
cute.
in Marketplace.
Yeah,
There's no way
those
I'm wearing
pants
those.
look
So I
sleepy.
actually, to kind of switch gears here a little bit, but staying on the outfit trend, I saw a TikTok
Yeah, switch gears.
about a girl explaining how we have now transitioned from a cute top and jeans era to a tank top and fun pants.
I could see that.
So
I agree.
we definitely are. And so
we are in that era.
I mean, it's so true. I've see myself buying simpler shirts. Like right now I'm wearing just like this like really plain tee, but it's all about the pants right now, right? Like I think of Kira, you have those one pants that are like
Ooh,
split
yeah.
color.
Or
Obsessed.
like when I was at Ultra
Love.
State, there was a pair of black and white checkered,
Yes.
like denim
Yes.
pants. So
Super
cute.
fun,
Yes.
right? And that's a fun
Yes.
And that's
I
a fun
want
and that's
those
a fun
pants.
pant. And now we're in a fun pant era and less
Yeah.
emphasis is on
Yeah.
the top. Whereas like before it was like it's all about the shirt. Like what shirt are you wearing? And jeans were just kind of like
You just need
to-
them.
Yeah,
to
that's
cover
so
the body, but because you needed pants, but it was all about the shirt. But
It was
now
all
it's all
about
about the
the
pants.
Well, you know what I've been into is like
Mm.
really baggy tee and really baggy
bags.
pants.
Yeah.
Like just baggy all
You
over,
know,
but with like a chunky
fun.
hoop.
Yeah.
Megan Trainor said it best. It's all about that base, and that's what the pants trend is.
Okay. Throwback to 2014.
Dang.
Should we talk about like how we stayed friends for so long? Yeah. So this podcast is all about like our long distance friendship. So today we thought we would
Yes.
talk about, hence it's been forever. So we thought we'd talk about
Yes.
how the heck our friendship even works. Like we, until this
Totally.
last October, we didn't see all together
Yeah.
in person for 4.5 years since Casey and
Yeah.
Casey and Bryce's wedding, Casey and
Whoa.
Kira's wedding.
It's like
LOL.
Yeah.
Wow, very
Our
different
wedding.
take.
our wedding.
But like we don't see each other often. How the heck do we keep a friendship going this strong?
Right. And I will just
Yeah.
comment to that. There was, in that
Yeah.
4.5 years, we maybe all saw each other at random times, but never all
Yes.
together.
Yep.
Like the three of us together. So I think
Yeah.
that definitely helped because if I wouldn't have seen you guys literally for 4.5 years, that would have been
So hard. Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of goes into what I've been thinking about, just this topic of long distance friendships, what's worked for us, what hasn't worked. It's like our friendship is unique to everyone else's. So what maybe has
Yeah.
worked for us maybe is not for everyone else. But I was thinking about just like communication and what and like how the one thing about like I've never been in a romantic long distance relationship, but I have been in a long distance relationship with you guys, and it's so almost frustrating that like you can't be there for like the highs in your friends' lives. Like I just think back to college, and we were able to be there for Casey and Bryce's
Mhm.
engagement,
Even their first
and,
date.
like, wedding right after.
Even when they went on a date and wrecked my car.
Okay. We literally didn't wreck it. It was a small dent.
I forgot.
Bryce
about
came up and
that.
was like,
Okay.
I
we
have
almost
something
died.
to tell you
should
guys.
literally be
And
happy that we're
Kira-
even
Kira
here right
and I
now.
were like, oh my gosh, you guys are engaged. And he was like, no, worse. Like he was like, it's bad.
Worse.
Yeah, I literally thought you were engaged.
We hit a deer in your
Worse.
car.
Worse, we hit a deer.
Anyways,
Okay, we have a
it's so
picture of
good.
it.
That car,
We'll post
RIP.
it.
Oh
You guys
my
can
gosh.
you guys can tell us if the dent was really
Yeah, you need to
I
post
did have my
Change
other
life
friend
altering for
Mariah,
Meredith.
her boyfriend at the time, now
wonder if I've
husband,
ever seen
checked
this
it out,
photo.
and he was like, "It's just superficial. It's all fine." And so it was all fine. I just like to rub
I
it
don't
in
know.
because it really bothers Casey
Okay.
and Bryce. Anyways,
Yeah, because we feel really
Yeah,
guilty.
anyways.
Anyway, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
they still sleep feeling guilty. Well, anyway, but I think it's hard when you are so close with someone and you don't get to like share those moments. Like even when Meredith and Noah then
Yeah.
got engaged, it's like we weren't able to physically be there. And I just think that's a part of long distance relationships that is just hard. And I don't think that part will ever get easier. The fact that you
yeah.
kind of can't
Totally.
physically be there for all the highs and the lows. So because you can't be there in person, like you have to like make sure you, I guess, have more of an effort like in texting or like giving updates or whatever, because
Yeah.
I think I'm constantly like a reminiscent person, like thinking of like, oh, that time was so good. I just like always live in the highs as an Enneagram 7, but a part of that is looking back and be like, that was so good. I'm like, oh, college when they got married, when this happened and that. I'm like, it's just harder because
Frequent,
those
less
get
frequent.
less
Mhm.
when you're not able to make those
Mhm.
memories. And
And I think
Yeah,
it's
it's less
super
frequent.
easy to
and I just think that's a hard
totally.
thing.
And I think it's super easy too because people talk about like living in the past and like living in past successes
Yeah.
and different things like that. And I think that's so true for friendships too, because we could totally just only get together and talk about, hey, do you guys remember that one time in college when we did that? And like that's all we really, in terms of being together physically, those are the things that we have. And it'd be super easy to just kind of live off of those and not continue to develop our relationship. But we have to put in the work. And sometimes like when we're talking about our things that we're doing in life, I mean, I be honest, there's sometimes you guys are talking about things and I'm like, I don't know who that person is, or like, I know you told me and I should have probably listened, but I don't remember names. And you kind of have to like bear through that like stuff. But then like we still have made memories over FaceTime and texting and different things like that. Like it doesn't stop, but you definitely have to work a little bit harder. And sometimes you're not always in the mood, but you kind of
Casey
have
and I
to.
have talked about this already, but we would both agree that the MVP of being intentional in relationships is Kiera. Like Kiera, she'll like text and ask like, hey, when is your start date for this job? And like, she's putting it into her calendar so she can text you. Or like if you
and you're going to wake up to a text from Kara being like, happy first day. Like, and you're like, wow, I forgot.
Like she knows those things.
You cut
like,
your hair.
It's just like little things like that Kiera is so good at. You're amazing at that. But I think part of like we work hard at our friendship.
That's really sweet.
Because there's such a history in it. And when there's a big history in something, you work hard to make sure that there's a future for it. And so even though like maybe it doesn't feel like we really have a present because we're not like all together, we work hard to make sure like, no, this is gonna keep up because these are people that we've fought in the trenches for this. Like we've gone through hard things together and we're gonna work hard at it. And it takes
and these people are worth keeping in your life, even if they're not present every day.
What has worked for us?
I mean, along those same lines, though, it really has. But I think along those same lines, too, is you can have such a deep history with someone and also be like, I don't know if this is worth fighting for anymore. Not necessarily because, something happened or someone was wronged or anything like that. Sometimes just time passes by. And I think we would all agree we have friends that maybe are now more in like the simmer mode. Like if you ran into each other, you'd be like, oh my gosh, it is so good to see you. You'd catch up.
The relationship is kept warm.
If it's me, you end up talking.
Maybe not.
You keep talking for like 5 hours, but then it's not like anything bad happened, but it's just not necessarily there to just keep going.
Well, I think too, another thing that has worked fine for us is like, I wouldn't say that we text every single day. Like we're not in like constant communication, if that makes sense. And some people love that and need that. But I think just what we are good at is.
Sorry, you totally froze for a second.
Sorry, you totally froze. And we were like, and I were just like,
stop. Really?
You said we're not in constant communication. But
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome.
So maybe you said something really good. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to hear it.
Can you say it again?
Just on the edge of my seat.
I mean, I really did.
Okay,
I'll just say it again. Yeah, I think another thing that has worked really well for us.
No, am
I frozen again?
Start again. Another thing.
Oh, no. Dang it. I just was trying to pause.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me cues. Yeah, I think another thing that has worked well for us is, honestly, we don't stay in constant communication. Like, we really don't text every single day, I wouldn't say, but something that we're good at is, like, showing up for each other in the highs, even though we can't be there, like, in person. Like, I think we're pretty good about, like, texting, like, hey, I got this job, or hey, I'm going through this, or even like if we need prayer about something. Like we're all three Christians growing up in the faith. I think we're pretty good about like saying like, I need prayer for this. Like, can you think of me? Can you whatever? I think even though we don't constantly communicate day in, day out, we know that just like the level of communication doesn't mean like the exact level of friendship. Like we still know that we can have a really deep friendship even though our communication is maybe not like
I think there's times when I completely lean on you guys for certain things. Like talked earlier about my mom was diagnosed with cancer. There's people that you initially like want to run and tell things too, even in the highs, but also in the lows. And
Yeah.
when I have my people
Yeah,
with
that's good.
like something really good happened and I want to tell somebody, obviously my husband is the very first person that I go to because he's my person, but you guys are.
But I'm the first person that Bryce comes to, so you tell him, and then he comes and tells me. He's like, Meredith, we're not going to believe this.
So by the time I
like,
tell you,
oh,
you
old
actually
news,
are
huh?
already
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Okay, yeah.
I've
But
done that for
I mean,
days.
I would say that we have a list, like even between you guys, like you're on my list. I have other people too. I have my best friend from home, Naomi, and I have my other best friend, Justana. And it's like, those are kind of like my circle of like, I've got to tell my people. And you guys are always like, I have to tell you guys. And it's like, it's not even like, no, I need to tell them. I need to keep them in the loop. It never feels like an obligation. It's like when something is just so good or something is so like painful and it just kind of oozes out of you. You have your people that you have to go to, and you guys are just automatically.
I don't know
on
if I
that
told
list
you
for
guys
me.
this ever, but sounds so cheesy, but
Are you
no, I'm
gonna
not
cry?
gonna
Are
cry.
you
But
gonna
this
cry?
was like,
Give it to me.
Okay.
I didn't know what friendship
Stop.
looked
You're gonna
like
get emotional.
until my freshman year of college.
Oh,
And until, like,
wow.
honestly, and like,
Wow.
That is
I've
really
had
cute.
good
That's
friends.
so cute.
I've had really good friends in the past.
Tell that animal
But
Frosted
cracker.
animal cracker.
you guys are the first friends that like I felt like, oh my goodness, I can be anyone, and like they will love me, and that is something that I'm gonna fight for. You know, for that friendship with these people. And of course, like the friends that I've had before you guys, I felt deeply connected to also. But like, I think, I don't know, I just think back to like that freshman year, sophomore year of college when like we just got so close, and I've never felt so close with some people before. And when you find those people that you just connect with and are like, oh my gosh, I can be my whole self and they'll love me no matter what. Like you guys have seen me do stupid things. You guys have seen me, Casey, you said this
I
best.
agree.
A true friend loves you when you're not lovable. And there have been times where I'm not lovable, but you guys loved me anyways. And so I'm
Amen.
going to freaking fight for this friendship. I'm going to set aside time for FaceTime calls. I'm going to, you know, like we're going to make this work. And that's just what separates the like simmering friendships from the long distance. I'm going to fight for this friendships.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, Mary, and not to like copy you at all, but this is also cheesy, and I'm not trying to top your cheese on top of more cheese.
We're dairy people.
But
more cheese.
Definitely like when I was in high school, I had Naomi. Naomi's my tried and true. You guys know Naomi. She's been there at all my big significant moments in life. But to have like a group of friends that totally support you is different, because you can have a best friend and you can confide in each other, but when you have a collective group of people that surround
and that you're
you,
literally living with,
and
like we're living together.
Yes, it's like you feel totally safe, and that you can do anything and they will still love you. I mean, it's totally mirrors like Jesus' love for us, where you're an idiot. I created you to do more. I created you to be better. And you're making the dumbest choices I have ever seen anyone make in my entire life. And I don't care.
To my soul.
I still love you.
Go off.
I love you. And literally, I mean, I think of, I have made stupid decisions and I've wrapped you guys up in my stupid decisions. And if you were not the tried and true friends that like we developed when we were 18 years old, which still kind of blows my mind, you would have totally ditched me like 5 years ago. Like, and you have every right to ditch me 5 years ago, maybe even like the first year we met. But like, that's when that just collective unit of us just hovering around each other and just like fighting through those moments. Like Mary, I'm going to call you out slightly. You had this era where you wore green pants to bed every night, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. We call this her green
I
pant
can't picture
era.
those green pants. Though. I know the era you're talking about, but I don't know those green pants.
Pant era.
Were they plaid? Did they have a pattern?
I can envision.
Paint
that.
me a picture.
So I hate to say this, but you know those red pants that you
No.
literally just showed us that you're going to wear to the Taylor Swift concert?
Stop.
So it kind of had it.
Were they
I'm
like
just
that?
stop. It
They were
wasn't
not like
exactly like that.
that,
I'm
were
saying
they?
it had that flare at the bottom, like they were wide leg pants,
Hmm.
and it didn't have pleats, but it had like little lines all the way down your pants, and they were like a dark green, like that early 90s
Okay.
or like that late 90s.
I literally can't
forest
Yeah, they were
picture
like
green
a
that
but I
was
know that
in.
phase.
kind of.
That I remember that phase.
But that
Yeah.
era was like she was dating
I'll find a
somebody,
photo.
and like me and Kara were like,
Yeah.
"Girl, what are you doing? Like this is not the best choice for you." And you didn't
What are
care,
you doing with those pants?
even though we were like, "Hey, we have a couple things we think that you should do and not do," and you were like, "Well, thanks, guys, but you're an idiot."
I was super depressed, and I didn't realize that I was depressed. Yeah.
And I think that was like Kara and I kind of had to have a really uncomfortable conversation with you and be like, "Hey, you're kind of better than this." And like, I hate having this conversation with you. I know Kara also is hating this confrontation
Yeah.
because confrontation is the last thing she ever wants to
I
ever
mean, I just hate
And whenever
confrontation in
at that
general.
time when
And
I
so-
had people confront me about
Oh,
things,
yeah.
in my mind it was, oh, they hate me, they don't love me anymore. And so it was the
Right.
worst. I remember
when it couldn't have
laying-
been more
absolutely.
opposite. Though.
I remember
Like,
laying
we loved you so much that we
on
had
the
to confront
floor
you.
because we all had our beds in one room. All six of us had our beds in one room, and then the other room was where we all had our dressers. I can't believe it either. Remember Megabed?
cannot
We can
believe
talk
we
about
did
that another
that.
time. But
I
I
believe we
remember
did that.
laying on the floor in
Yeah.
the dressing room, in the second bedroom that was dressing, and sobbing because I was like, our friendship's over. They don't want to be my friend because I'm dating him. And all these things. But that was not true. But that was my I
No.
was so depressed. I was in the worst spot in my life I think I've ever been in. And so that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the things that we fought through. We fought for this. So I'm not gonna give this friendship up because we live far away. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, I forget exactly how the quote goes, so just kind of bear with me. But you love on the level that what is it? It's something like the deeper you love, the deeper you feel. I don't know. It's something gross and cliche, but it's something along the lines of I think we've been through a lot of hard, so it's made it so good. I truly think if we hadn't been in that phase of the pants and Meredith crying on the floor and being so confused, what does she mean when she says by that?
Yeah.
No.
I just really don't know if we would be where we are now. So in a way, I'm glad that we kind of had to be awkward 18-year-olds figuring it out. And also, if this is your first episode, by now you probably have understood that we all went to college together. But I think because we had those formative years and now as upper 20-year-olds, we can be we've seen ourselves
Yeah.
when we are developing. We literally were developing our
personality,
brains, developing
who we
our
even
character,
were.
developing our
Mhm.
integrity, developing our minds, our personalities. I mean, I look back and I'm I don't think I was not the same person in some senses that I am now, but we're still here. So the fact that we've been through all these highs and lows of development and growing up in a way, and we're here, I think that's why our friendship has worked, because it's not just surface
Yeah.
level.
Yeah,
hee, hee, hee.
absolutely.
It's okay, we've gone through some stuff, and we're
I think we've had
better
to,
because
like I
of
said
it.
earlier, we've had to have some really hard conversations with each other, and also in
Yeah.
the really highs of our friendship of oh my gosh, we're all getting along and blah blah blah. There's been a lot of sorrow too, we've had people in
Yeah.
our lives pass away, and we've needed to be there for each other. And sorry, I'm gonna be Bible girl today, but it's so biblical to literally it's have joy with one another and have sorrow with one another. And so there's been times when we've cried together when it's not necessarily pertaining to our lives, but to see each other in pain and to see each other going through just hard stuff in life, that is hard to like. I don't like to see you guys struggle. Like I wish everything in your guys' lives could be perfect, but obviously it's not how life works. But like, but again, that kind of just goes back. You guys have been there with me, and you've checked in too. It's not just about like, hey guys, this really bad thing happened, and then you're like, okay, praying for you. It's like you're checking in actually, and you're being like, hey, it's been a couple days. How are you holding up? This, that, or the other thing. Like going back to my mom again.
Yeah.
You literally, Meredith wrote down on a piece of paper, Casey, how is your mom before we did this? And it's like, I didn't ask her to do that. She just wanted to make sure that she remembered to ask me. And so that's just, it's the little things. I mean, it's honestly really similar to a romantic relationship. If you're in that, it's like distance makes the heart grow fonder is something you usually say when you're in a long distance relationship, but like it's in friendships as well. It's totally the same. And there's times when I like ache that we can't all be together and do something together, but then it just makes the next time we're together so much sweeter.
Which also, should we like plan a freaking trip? Why don't we like, get together?
Heck?
The next time we're gonna all be together is Kiara's wedding.
Yeah.
Can we please?
I don't know. But we should plan this seriously.
Gosh,
like
which
even I don't know. Let's do that because we need to get together more. We prioritize our calls.
We'll plan it off.
But we prioritize our calls. We need to be better at prioritizing actual physical time together. That's a point.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, and that leads me to a good point too of like, I think it's okay to give like your friendships grace. Like you 1000% need to be intentional in friendships. But if there ever is like a lull and you don't feel like it's like the highs of the highs, like I think it's okay to give like people some grace of like, you know, if like I'm going through something and I'm maybe a little less communicative or a little less intentional or like, hey, I'm going to be so like late to this thing. Like, I think it's good in friendships too. Maybe more so even in long distance friendships too. Like kind of understand people's like, I don't know, sounds like dumb, but like lives and like be like, okay, we can have grace for that. But yet at the same time, I feel like you can have like, okay, we're really Bible-y today, but like the grace and the truth, like you can have grace, but also be like, okay, we need to like step up in this area. Like tomorrow, grace for today. Let's like tomorrow make sure we like.
That also goes to it's just like being super honest and vulnerable with each other, which we've talked about before. It's like if I tell you, hey guys, I love you, but I'm going through a season right now where you guys are just not my priority. Not that I don't like you or that your friendship means any less.
And that's the thing. Like, we'll understand
going into a new job.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly. And you don't have to be like, you don't have to be butthurt about it. And you don't have to be like, because there's definitely been times though that we've been like, we feel like maybe this friend isn't like prioritizing me enough, or like, do they like, seems like they only care about like what they're doing. And you go through those moments. Like we'd be stupid if we said that we're all like, totally in love with our friendship. And that we're like, I know that blah, blah, blah.
It's because you're working with it's like working anywhere. You're working with people. Our daily lives are working with people, and people are messy and people are icky. Like, we're all icky. And so no friendship is like
icky.
No, but no friendship is perfect. No workplace is perfect. No church is perfect. Because we're full of people. And people are messed up, but we're just all doing the best that we can.
Right.
You know?
Guys, this is a good episode. Nice case. Thanks.
Yeah, I love you too.
I love that. I just love you guys, and I just know like you see the fruit too of like putting in the work and like like. I think truly like we're here because we have, like Meredith said, but like
my
baby
mom
steps
has talked about this, about like Noah and I's wedding. We dated for a long time before we got engaged and before we got married. And at the time,
how long?
Almost 4 years until we got married. We started dating like winter of 2018.
I don't know. I thought it was a lot shorter.
That like transitional year, and then we got married this last October. But like a long time as in like
Hmm.
I was ready to get married probably a year or two after. You know?
That's true.
And
That's
like
true,
that's
that's
kind of
true.
I mean like I was
Mhm.
26 when we got married.
Yeah.
Like I was
Mhm.
I was ready. And if you had told me 2 years ago like, "Oh, you'll be thankful." I would have been like, "Shut the heck up. I want to be married."
Yeah.
But now I'm so thankful because and my mom has said this like you could tell at
Yeah.
the wedding like you guys have fought for your relationship and so you had something to celebrate then at the wedding. And I feel like that's how I feel with our
Mhm.
friendship is
Yeah.
like we've been together for so long that we have something to
Yeah.
fight for
That's a
that
good
like when
point.
we're together it's a celebration because it's like heck yeah.
Oh, and boy, did we celebrate. Oh.
We celebrate. I celebrated.
We celebrated
so hard.
All night long. I celebrated.
Dude, that night freaking rocked.
I still have the sunglasses from.
I don't
That
know
wedding
where
and-
I
I
put the
still have a
sunglasses.
whole. There was a pack
Who
that didn't
knows?
arrive until the next
Yeah,
Monday,
I
so I still have
probably
a
have
whole
them.
unopened pack downstairs.
That's really
Stop.
funny.
Sick deal.
Bring them to my bachelorette.
freaking
whenever
get
that
engaged.
Tell them
happens.
to get on it so that we can actually break those open.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to break open that bag. That's a good point, though. I think of like those relationships too that I've seen, like romantic relationships, and like you know when a couple has been through something because like their love is like deeper almost.
Link it. It'll be
I don't know.
linked
There's
in
a
the
quote in
bio
there. I'm
below.
gonna try to figure it out, but it's like you love on
Will
a
it
level
though?
that you.
Is Kara gonna be able to figure out?
It'll be
like,
linked in the bio.
Okay.
Look on our
I don't know if
Instagram
if you figure it out, like
page.
I'll give you like $10.
There's a really good quote in there, or maybe there's not, and I need to come up with it. But there's a really good quote. You love on
You
the
fight?
level you blank, and I don't know what blank
If
is.
you know, DM us. It's been
you
forever
fight,
pod.
yeah, love on the level you fight. Yeah, if you know this quote,
We'll give you a $50 gift card.
You may be featured
On
our
Casey.
Instagram.
I am making no such promises. I am making
Casey's
no
paying.
such promises here.
To
I
what?
think Kara is making
Hey.
this quote up.
I have.
Casey, well,
I have a list of fun things to
maybe
bring
I
up.
am. I'll chat
Can we-
GPT it later.
Can we end with
Okay,
one
great.
of them? If we're finished,
Honestly, and I don't mean to be
Oh,
cliche here, but
bring
literally
it
has
up.
been
Yeah.
forever since we
it's
talked.
actually been like
It's-
3 weeks.
It's like now that we're doing. No, it has. And
Yeah,
since we've
like,
been doing this
actually
podcast,
has.
it's like we try not to talk like too much during the week so that
so
we
have
can
actual
have things
content
to talk
and
about.
I freaking miss you guys.
Yes. And like when we first got on, Kara was having some technical
I know,
difficulties.
that's
And so
insane.
Meredith and I were just kind of, we were just sitting here
I
in silence
always
because I was like,
do.
well, I don't want to ask you anything yet because then,
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a choice
So
of
then,
4
yeah.
topics.
Wait till the pod.
okay.
the
That's
meaning
funny.
of tarps off.
Oh, okay.
The Adderall shortage. Kira's date days. Tulip Festival. Those are 4 choices. Casey, what's your vote? You
We
can only
only
pick
pick
one.
one.
Oh my.
Wait, can you say them
The
again?
meaning of tarps off.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say
I forgot
no
the
because
first
I don't
Well,
know
that
what
we
that
would
means.
talk about what that meant. Okay. The meaning of tarps off. Okay, I'm going to save that for
Same.
another time.
And I don't feel like
The Adderall
Well-
shortage. Kira's date days.
No.
Tulip Festival.
I think the Tulip Festival.
Kira's
Okay,
date,
Kira,
Kira's
what's your
date
vote?
days.
I'm the ultimate vote, so
Fine,
okay, sick. I'm
Kira's
going
date
to talk about
days.
the meaning of tarps off. So I'm just kidding.
Sure, I'll
the
have the date
heck?
days.
What's
too.
the point?
Kira's date days. Okay, Kira's date days.
I
Kira,
know- you know-
that was
I knew
basically
you were gonna do that.
what was your last date day?
Okay.
How do you decide where to go? What?
Well, and before we launch into that, let's talk a
Oh.
little bit about context of Kira.
Yes.
Kira date days. So this started in the year of
I am
2016,
That's how long it's been.
2017. It has been. We were juniors in college, and it started when Kiara started gaining financial
Ooh.
freedom
Oh.
when we went and donated plasma.
Oh,
Can I get an
my
amen?
gosh, I forgot about her plasma.
Can I
day.
get
I
an
was
amen?
making literally
Bank
faint because
donate
you donate plasma
Okay,
so
so
much.
So, if you've ever donated
still have
plasma, you know
It was bad.
there's a big needle involved. You need to have high enough iron. You need to be healthy. Okay, that's necessary and very important. And I don't mean to call you out too much here, Kira, but I would
Oh
say
my
2016, 2017 was not your healthiest era.
Call
I'm
me
just
out.
going to say it, okay? So this girl would go,
No.
and you can donate plasma
No,
twice in a week.
It wasn't.
Okay, you can donate twice in a week. Kiara would be faithful, but her veins are so
I
bad.
cannot.
Kiara's veins were so bad.
So bad.
When
They're so
she
dry.
would put in the eye, like
So
the
bad.
needle literally her vein would
Dehydrated.
collapse, and she would have these massive bruises on her arms.
But
I don't know why you kept
she
doing
would
this,
get-
but she eventually got deferred, and they said, "Hey,
No,
you're not allowed
they
to come
didn't.
donate."
I didn't
anymore.
know
And so
that.
Kiera,
I didn't know that.
yeah, Kiera
They
did
literally
lose
said
her
never
financial
show up
freedom,
again.
but she
We
had
would
some
walk in.
reserves
She'd say,
because
"Hang
she
on, I have
went
to
so
call the
often.
card."
I did.
Like, there's a number on the card
I
to
did.
Let me
check
see how much money I
your
have.
balance.
I know. I was like, hold on. I want to see
Mm.
what's on my card. And then it was like 49 cents. I'm like, okay, cool. So I can get like a 30-cent cone from
From Casey's. Yeah.
from the literal
That's funny.
Yeah.
gas station.
From
Yeah,
Casey's
it's like
General
Freaking
Store.
Casey's.
But
That
so
is
anyway,
so
Kiera,
funny.
no,
I will never go
I
back
mean,
to
you
the
literally
plasma
can't. You're
days.
deferred.
Scarring.
But
Scarring.
Kiera's date days
No, I could not.
started when she gained this financial freedom before her veins collapsed. So she would call them,
Yes.
I'm just going to go on a little
Kiki
Kiki
day.
day.
Mm,
Like
cute.
Kiki day. This is what she would say.
Kikication.
Kiki. No,
A
that's what it has
Kikication.
evolved
A
to, which now you have an
Kikication.
Instagram account for it. We'll go
Oh,
ahead and
sorry,
shamelessly
sorry.
plug this
Kiki
the
Cation.
Instagram account that she has. But it just started as a Kiki
Shameless
day.
plug. Follow Kikications on
Okay.
Instagram. If you see what
Wow,
I'm
wow,
up to.
Anyway, so she started going to Panera
Yeah.
and going shopping. And these were her days. And she'd be like, I just need to take a day. Like,
Oh my
"Ugh, I just need to take a day. And so she'd spend every last dime she had, literally down to 49 cents and buy a
to go
30-cent
on
cone.
these Kikications.
She would do anything to have
This
this
is
day.
true. I would
Yeah.
literally sell blood.
And part
with
of
a
this was
sandwich
like
at
really
Panera.
annoying because she'd be like, I'm having a Kiki day. But then the other part, I would say, Meredith, you and I, like, we celebrated her because Kiera was so selfless and always helped
Yeah.
other people that when she actually took time out of her day, like for once in her ever loving life, to care about herself, it was actually really fun to see her
Yes.
like love on herself.
Aw.
Now, maybe has she taken it too
No,
far?
I love it.
I don't know. Debatable.
So this is where, Kiara, please share what your
Debatable.
Kikications or your Kiki dates have been like.
Yeah.
Tell us
okay.
tell us all about them.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Well, I love
Correct.
this.
You're the star.
Guess I'm on the spotlight right now to wrap this pod up. Yes, it has evolved over time. The names currently, it's called Kikications. I don't really know if it evolved, but it's a Kiki vacation. So Kikication. You know, what I think it started as is like, I'm a natural, like, I love to be around people all the time. I'm definitely more of an extrovert than an introvert, but I do need a day a week at least to be solely alone, to be with my thoughts, to just do something that I love. And I think it started off with plasma just because of the money. I didn't love doing it, but I enjoyed like getting money to do stuff. Now that I actually have a job, I will take a little. I don't work on Fridays and Saturdays. Those are the 2 days out of the weekend that are like my weekend. So I will take either a Friday or Saturday. I try to do it now at least once a month. Take myself out. And I mean, so right now I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there are so many cities within like 3 hours of Charlotte that super easy to just go for the day. So Asheville has been my current go-to for these little day dates that I take myself on. I mean, truly, I just like look up on Instagram or TikTok, truthfully, like aesthetic
Oh
coffee
my
shops
gosh,
or cute
I-
bookstores or plant shops.
That is
That's
so
how I
you.
find
That
my
is
stuff.
so you.
Screw the Zagat guide.
This is like I literally or referrals. No.
It's all about
Yeah.
yes.
Bye bye. Literally, I will kid you not. If I'm like, I know I'm going to Asheville, I will look at tags. I am one of those people. I will look at the tags. I will look at what people said. Or if like someone at work or friend is like, I've been to this place, I think you'd really like it, I will take their word for it. But normally I will go to social media first just to get a vibe check. I'm big on the vibe check. And normally the Kiki Day involves coffee. Definitely has to have an iced coffee. Or
Me too.
lately
Cute.
matcha.
Yes.
Honestly, I've been enjoying
I
the
love a
matcha.
good matcha
I don't know if
era.
You guys are into matcha?
So good.
So good. Love a good matcha with oat milk. Matcha era. It has to involve that. It does have to involve a wine or champagne in the afternoon. So
Yep.
I'm a big drink girly. Love a coffee, love a wine. But I honestly love just walking around a downtown. Like, doesn't even have to be a big city. I just love walking to a quaint, like a downtown, just like window shop or like look around. So I like going with a few points on my bullet list, but not a crazy agenda because I like to be flexible too. So that's just what I love, like hitting my things.
love getting a drink in the morning, drink in the afternoon, like some really good food, taking myself out, maybe bringing a book or my AirPods and listening to like a podcast. But I like just going and exploring, and like I think spending time alone is just like the older I get, the more I like love it and like really, really need it. But yeah, I find my places truthfully on social media, which is so millennial of me, but that is truthfully how I find it. And then I just do my little 2 hour to Asheville, go in the mountains, come
Hey,
home
it's
by
a
like
Kiki
9
day.
p.m.
Well, I was thinking like, because I'm
Wait, is
in
that
Orange City.
far?
I'm like,
Is
where's
that
the
far
closest place I
or
would go?
not?
Sioux Falls. I'm like, that's like an hour and a half away. That's so far. Asheville's
Yeah,
2
where is the-
hours. I mean, I guess the drive is part of it because you like
Really?
What?
Asheville's I would drive 4. Yeah. I would drive to Atlanta, which is 4. Sorry,
My
my
lordy.
lordy. Freaking burp.
That's funny.
I would drive 4. That is far.
Wow,
My
that's
lordy. I don't
good
know.
for you.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
the drive.
I don't know.
I do like a drive
That
by
is- that
myself.
is far.
I'll tell you that. Like
Because the
that's
drive
kind of
back
nice.
is obviously
That time
really
by
long,
yourself.
but-
Yep.
Yes. Alone with your thoughts. And then I also like catching up with people. I'm like, okay, well, I know I have
Aw,
driving from like
you would be
6
so
to 8.
efficient
I'm gonna
with your
call my
time.
mom in that time. I'm gonna chat. So I feel like I have my alone time, but then I want to be efficient and like kind of
Mhm.
tackle some
Audiobook
things,
you have
maybe
to
people I haven't
finish.
talked
Yeah.
to, give a little shout out. Someone's
Mm.
birthday that day. Okay, let's do
Mm.
That was
a
so
little
good.
Okay, okay.
Thank
audiobook.
you.
So I hope that answered the
You,
question.
No, that
I've
was
been,
so
in-
good.
I think
I've been
everyone should
inspired
do
to do
that
that.
for themselves. Do a little
Yes.
Good.
you like
Have I
insert
done
your
that?
name.
No. I know I really need to.
You should-
I
you
mean,
should
like
do a
even
Sioux
if you
Falls
said
day,
4
Mare.
hours, I could go to Minneapolis.
okay.
Except I have friends in
No,
Minneapolis,
I
so
will
I would
plan
rather
it.
like go and like spend the day with them.
You
But-
could.
Yeah.
Plan a
Yeah,
day for
see
me.
them. Let me plan.
Wait,
let me
shut
let me
plan
do
a day.
a little itinerary.
Yes.
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Deal.
I would find things
Done.
close to you guys. I
Okay,
kid you
well,
not.
the
I would-
next-
I would
Okay,
live
maybe
for
not
that.
the next
my word, oh my
podcast
word,
because
oh
I
my
don't
word,
know
oh my
when we're
word.
going to do this again.
Okay.
But
But
we
at
will
some
report,
point, we will
and we're
going to
call
our
them
days.
Kiki days because Kiki planned them. There are Kiki
We're-
days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kiki days.
Okay, I like this a lot. Thank
Kiki
you,
days. Kiki and Casey days. Kiki and
This
Mare
is
days.
fun. This is
I would
fun.
feel honored, but
guys.
anyways,
You guys
that's my
rock.
little. That's my
Okay.
little tidbit. Go follow my Instagram.
This is
Thank
fun.
you. Aw.
love
you guys.
That was fun.
Oh,
hey, you
that
know
was
what?
fun.
I-
That was fun.
Just
You
love
guys are
spending
the
time
best.
with Kira and Meredith.
And I love spending time with Casey and Kira.
Me too.
It's your turn.
Were you like when Meredith? No. And I love spending time with Casey and Meredith. Thanks, Mare. She's
Yeah.
like, it's your turn.
Well, you
I
kind
love
of
spending
paused.
time
Like
with
it
both of you
seemed
guys.
kind of like,
I really do.
are you gonna go? Like it felt like, are you gonna go? And then you did.
Me,
so that
Kira,
was
be
good. but
better.
We're still ironing it
It's
out. I guess it's
fine.
episode
I know.
4. Once we get to
I-
episode
honestly,
5, though, we
I don't
really
know
gotta
what-
like lock this down.
I don't
you
listen to a
guys.
single podcast that has like a decent intro
Yeah,
and outro.
really
They're all like,
professionals.
so
You're right.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. It
That's
is what it is.
true. It's just clunky.
But
Grunk.
this was fun.
Wow.
This was fun. And despite all of the
This was
technical difficulties
We'll see you next week.
and
Follow us on social
all of the
media.
things, it has been
Yes.
a pleasure.
Yes. Have
Main
a
takeaways:
have a
go
date
see
day
Taylor
with
Swift.
yourself.
Love on your friends near and far.
Yeah, have a date with yourself. And like
and have a
maybe
day
like
date with yourself.
call that friend
Yeah.
that you're kind of like thinking about.
Yeah.
Call that friend.
Yeah,
Maybe go on a
maybe call that
4-hour
friend.
drive and
Yeah,
just
see how
like
she-
think
see how
about
she-
Is it a
like,
friendship
like,
truly
that's
check in.
simmering, or is
Okay.
it friendship you want to dig into?
Yeah. Do we
Yeah.
do we want to pursue that?
Mm.
Is that on your heart? Is that on your heart?
Invest. Sit with yourself.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Well.
Bye.
Love that. Well, bye.